हेलो एवरीवन, वेलकम ऑल ऑफ यू इन माय यूट्यूब चैनल रुद्रा स्टडी सर्कल। मेरे यूट्यूब चैनल रुद्रा स्टडी सर्कल में आप लोग का स्वागत है। इन दिस वीडियो आई एम गोइंग टू हैव वन इंट्रो सेक्शन ऑफ introduction section of MATLAB. Okay, so we'll discuss about all the basic commands in the MATLAB. So the first thing we have the matrix, how to enter the matrix in the MATLAB. Okay, let me write here. A is the given matrix. Suppose we have 3 class 3 matrix. Okay, so within the square bracket, we'll have the first row, that is a 1 space 2 space 3 and semicolon. Second row 4 3 5 6. Third row 7 8 9. So this is the matrix. The first row is 1 2 3. I have given semicolon for changing the row. Second row 3 5 6 and third row 7 8 9. If I enter this, I run this program. So you can see in that command window, we got the matrix, right? 1 2 3 3 5 6 7 8 9. And if I put here semicolon, so what will happen? And if run and see, yes, see, matrix is not displaying in the command window. It means it that semicolon which we put at the end of this line, we suppress this output. We have this A matrix. Can you see in this workspace? The matrix A is there, but only it is not showing in the command window. So the semicolon which we kept at the end of the line will suppress the output. It will stop that output. Fine. Okay. This is the A matrix. I'll take the another matrix B. Some similar matrix I'll take. Some 2, 3, 5. First row. Second row 5, 3, 9. Third row 4, 1, 3. Fine. So this is your second matrix. I put semicolon. I want to see the B matrix. Let us see. Yes, you can see the B matrix. First row is 3 2 1 5 3 9 4 1 3. Okay. Now I'll put the semicolon. Now if I run that program, it won't show the matrix A and B, but matrix exists. Okay. Now we have C equal to A plus B. A plus B. Fine. So this is the addition of two matrices. Addition of two matrices. Same way we can have D equal to A minus B. Okay. So you can see that C and D matrix. Yes, C matrix is 4 4 4 and A minus B is the D matrix. You can see that. Fine. Now we have matrix multiplication. So you know matrix multiplication is valid for the square matrix. So we have square matrix. So we can have E equal to A star B. So this is your matrix multiplication, usual matrix multiplication. Okay. If I have AF equal to A dot star B, A dot star B. So this is your sorry, one phone call is coming. So this is your element wise multiplication. Element wise means let us run then C and see F. So what is the TF? You can see that. So 1 into 3 is coming. 2 into 2, 4 is coming. 3 into 1, 3 is coming. Next row, you see, I'm multiplying element wise in each row. Like this is the first element, this is first element, 1 into 3, 2 into 2, 3 into 1. Second row, 3 into 5, 5 into 3, 6 into 9, fifths. Okay, so this is called element wise multiplication. Dot star B will be element wise multiplication. Fine. Okay, now we have the division. So there are two type of division. One is the left division and second is the right division. Okay, so I'll have G equal to A left division. A left division. So this is the meaning we have A into B inverse. A into B inverse. Okay, so left means A left, B means A into B inverse. This is the meaning we have. Okay, you can check that. And again, H equal to, if you have A dot slash B. So this is the same left division with element wise. Left division is the element wise, means that I can write here like it will be A by B. The element of A divided by element of B. That is the left division. Okay, and same way we have the right division also. That is your G1. G1 equal to, what is the right division? A slash B. It means your inverse of A inverse into B. A into A inverse into B. And G2 I can have A dot slash B. So this will be your B by A. B by A form. This will be your B by A form. Element of B divided by element of A. Component wise, fine. So this is your left division, right division. So there are two type of division we have, fine. So these are the operation in that matrices. Now you know inverse of the matrix. If your matrix is non-singular means determinant should be non-zero. So how to find determinant? How to find the determinant of the matrix A? So for that, I delete this. I'll how to get the determinant. For that we have determinant command det of A. D equal to det of A. That is the determinant of A. If I run this, I can see that. Yeah, determinant is -6. So when determinant is non-zero, so we can have inverse of the matrix. For that, in the MATLAB, we have command INV of A. INV will give the inverse of the matrix. We can see that. Yes, this is the E matrix. You can see that E matrix. So this is the inverse of the matrix using the INV command, right? Okay, rank. What is the rank? Rank directly we can write rank of A. So for non-singular matrix, the rank will be same as order of the matrix. Actually, what is the rank? Rank is number of independent rows or column in the echelon form of the given matrix. That we'll do in theory part, rank of A. So you can see if number n equal to rank of A. So here rank will come 3. Why? Because this is non-singular matrix. So rank of matrix equal to order of the matrix in case of non-singular matrix. Okay. So rank we have fine. Okay. Now, if you want to have zero matrix of 3 cross 3, so for that we have zeros, GEROS, zeros 3. So with that we'll get the 3 cross 3 zero matrix. You can see that. Yes, fine. Yes, zero matrix is coming. Now identity matrix. How to get the identity matrix? For that MATLAB command we have EYE. So we get 3 cross 3 identity matrix. Let me check that. Yes, can you see that? Yes, we got that identity matrix of 3 cross 3. Okay, so these are the some basic commands of this MATLAB matrices. Now let us go for, I'll delete this. Fine. Okay. Now what is the plot command? So what plot will do if we have some 10 points in the XY plane, so plot will join those 10 points in the XY plane. Okay, so let us see what is the application. So we'll have the X equal to linspace, and I'll have 0, 1, 100. So what this command will do, it will give the 100 points between 0 to 1 with linear spacing. Linear spacing means the distance between any 2 points will be same. Okay, so let us see. You can see that. Yes, we can see 100 points we are having. It will start from 0 to up to 1 and with equal spacing. Okay, what is spacing here? 1 by 100. Okay, now let us, so we have 100 point of X. Now let us define Y equal to sin X. Y equal to sin X. So for all 100 points of X, we get the 100 value of Y. So we have set of 100 points of XY pair. Okay, X1, Y1, X2, Y2, X3, Y3, X100, Y100. Now let us join those points. So using the plot command, plot X comma Y comma R. R is the plot command. Let us see. Are you getting the answer? Output, yes. Can you see that? We are getting that sin X curve between 0 to 1. Okay, you want to realize the sin X means we have 0 to 2 pi. Let us have 2 into pi. So we can see that actual. And here we can put the semicolon so that we don't see this 100 points unnecessary is coming in the command window. Okay, so now we see the sin X graph. Yeah, you can see that, fine. So what is that? Here we have 100 points of X, and the corresponding will get the 100 points of Y using the sin X function. And so we get the 100 points on the XY plane, and this plot command is joining those points. Okay, R is the color of the graph. Okay, this is the plot command, clear, right? Now what is the plot 3? What is the plot 3? So plot 3 is the same thing. It will join the point on the space x1, y1, z1, x2, y2, z2. Let us have that. Let us this T we have 100 points, and suppose we have x equal to sin t, x equal to sin t, and y equal to cos t, y equal to cos t, and z equal to exponential t. Okay, so what we'll do, here we have 100 points of t, and for each t we get one set of points x1, y1, z1, x2, y2, z2. So we have x100, y100, z100. So we get the 100 points on the space. So this plot3 command, what it will do, it will join all these points. Fine. Let us see whether we are getting output or not. Plot3. I think it should come. Yes. Can you see that? So for each point, we have x point, sine t, cos t, and exponential t. It is joining those points. So we are getting the plot3 command graph, right? So we have plot3. Fine, clear? Okay. Now, just now we have seen that A left division B, right? Okay. So our right division B. So A, we having A left division B. So this was A into B inverse. Fine. We have seen this now. Now A right division B, your right division A right division B will be your A inverse into B. Fine. Okay. So this was the things just now we have done that. Fine. Okay. Now next question, when we going to apply that? When we are going to apply that? So suppose we have one equation. I'll take one equation, a simple equation I have. 4x plus 5y equal to 7 and 7x plus 8y equal to 21. Suppose we have these two equations, two unknowns, right? So we can write in the matrix form Ax equal to B. So A matrix will be first row will be 4, 5. I'll first let me write Ax equal to B. We can write in the matrix form. A is the coefficient matrix. First row is 4, 5. Second row is 7, 8. So what is the x? X will be A inverse into B, right? I'm multiplying by A inverse both sides. So left hand side identity, right hand side A inverse B. So here A inverse B. So A inverse B we have. So we are going to use the left division and right division. Tell me, right division, right? A slash B. So I'll put this all percentage command. So it won't part of the program. Fine. Okay. I put the percentage everything. Now let us see. So I'll define A matrix here. What is A matrix? 4, 5 and 7, 8. This is A matrix, right? And what is the B matrix? B matrix is the column vector 7, 21. So only one row, two row, one column. So 7 and second row is 21. Fine. Now what is the x? X will be A right division B. A right division B. So it will be A inverse into B. Okay, let us run and see. Are you getting the answer? Yeah, x equal to 16.33 and y equal to minus 11.667. So this was the application of right division. Fine. Okay. So this was be done. Okay. Next we are having the solve command. I will having the solve command. SOLVE solve command. So solve will solve the algebraic equation. Suppose I have sims x. X is the symbolic variable, and I have one polynomial 12 into x square plus 5x plus 12. Okay, so the solve command will solve the algebraic equation. Fine, you can see that. Okay, I think, yeah, here 5 star x, right? Yes. Fine. Now we'll see the answer. Yes, this is the here we have that imaginary roots x minus of this plus of this. So solve, what solve command will do? It will solve any algebraic equation. Do you remember when we do the maxima minima code? So fx equal to 0. So you solve fx not equal to 0, no need here. Just you will write that equation, it will give the solution. Fine, this was the solve command. Okay, now I'll define one function here, f equal to x cube plus 5 into x square plus 4. Right. Now, differentiation, how to differentiate this function. So this is the function of single variable. So if you use the diff command, so by default it will take differentiation of f with respect to x. Okay. So I'll put diff f. I won't write comma x first, you see. So diff x also will give that solution, because here we have single variable, right? So you can see that 3x square plus 10x. Fine. Now what is the diff comma x? So here we are writing differentiation of f with respect to x. Actually no need here, because here we have only one variable. So by default it will take the x only, but still let me see that. We are getting the same answer, right? So this is useful for the partial derivatives. When we have function of two variables x and y, so which derivative you want, with respect to x or y, that time you can use the diff comma f comma x. I'll show you. So this is the first derivative. What is the second derivative? Second derivative is same. We use the two time diff command comma x. Right? So we get the 6x plus 10. Or if you don't want to use comma x in that single variable, so we can have diff of f again two time diff. I'm not putting comma x because this is a function of single variable, right? Yeah, can you see? Now suppose we have function of two variable, then you see how this comma x will play the role. X cube into y cube. Fine. 5x square into y plus 4y. Now here we have function of two variable. So when you put diff command, so you need to specify you want to differentiate with respect to x or y. So I'll put differentiation of x. Differentiation of f with respect to x. So we get to see something. What is that problem? X in. What is that? X cube star y cube plus 5 star x. Oh, here is some problem, I think. Let me write once again this function. I'll take any simple function. Okay, this I'll delete that, and this one I'll delete. I'll take f equal to x into y plus x star into y square. Then we say diff f comma x. Diff f comma x. Oh, sims comma. Oh, you need to define y also here, right? Because we are using the two variables, right? So in the sims command, you have to define that. Now let us see what is happening. Yeah, we are getting the differentiation of x. If you write here fx, differentiation of f with respect to x. So that is very important. Now, next line, if you can have fy. Fy. So differentiation of f with respect to y. So these things is playing role here. Okay, now we have fxx, double differentiation of x, double differentiation of f comma x. Again we can differentiate using diff command, comma x. Right, this is your fxx, double differentiation of f with respect to x. Now we can have fyy. Fine. Let me write here. Copy. So this is your fyy equal to first fy and then again with respect to y 2 times. Let us see the answer. Yeah, we're getting 2x, fine. And sometimes we have this fxy. So differentiation of fx with respect to y. So we can have in the same thing, we can have differentiation of f with respect to x then y. Fine. So these are the partial derivatives we have. Okay, fine. So this is your things. Okay. So these are the derivatives. Fine. Now, one thing we have subs command, right? So subs means subs f comma old comma new. Very simple command. In that function f, old will be replaced by new one. Old will be replaced by new one. Suppose I have here f equal to x cube plus 2 into x plus 1. This is the one polynomial x cube plus 2x plus 1. So in the place of x, I want to get that f2. F2 means the value of f at x equal to 2. So for that, what we should do? We can have subs f comma x comma 2, right? In that function f, x will be replaced by 2. Fine. Let us see. Okay, this one is not taking. Sorry, this is not part of program. I have just wrote for the explanation. So now you see, yes, 11. Good. So subs in that f, x replaced by 2. This is subs command. I think it's clear. Now let us say, so we know plot command, plot3 command, and we have that EZ plot, that is called EG plot. So why it is EG plot? Let me show you what command. EZ plot. So this is called the EG plot also. So here in EZ plot, no need to define the x range. It will take by default minus 2 pi to plus 2 pi. So it will take the domain minus 2 pi to plus 2 pi. Fine. It will take this one. And EZ plot also automatically add the title and axis label to the plot. Let us see. Let's see. Okay, I have suppose f equal to EZ plot I want to do. So suppose it's f equal to x square plus 1. Fine. So EZ plot of f. Let us see, are we getting answer or some error is coming? Yes, can you see that? Yeah, So here EJ plot, this we are not putting the title. Do you remember in the plot command we had title, but here we are not putting the title. So EJ plot automatically it will give the title and the labeling also. Your X is given, right? Yeah. So this is your advantage of EJ, and the domain also we are not defining here with no linear space and all. So it is by default it is taking the domain from -pi to 2pi. Now you can ask me like, can we define the domain in the EJ plot? Yes, we can define. Definitely we can define. So we can have f comma. Here we can define the domain. Suppose I want the graph from 1 to 5. Let us see here. Now we have -2pi to +2pi. Now let us see EJ plot. Okay, I think some problem. Yes. So we need to run that plot. 1 minute. I think something problem. Okay. So now I'll run this command. F, yeah. Let us run and see. Yeah, now you can see that 1 to 5. We are using the EJ part only, but especially we have defined the domain here 1 to 5. If you are not defining also, no problem. It will draw the by default range from -2 to +2.5. Fine. Okay. This is your EJ plot. And one more command we have EJ surf. So when we have this surface, suppose we have surface 2x square plus y square. Suppose we have x square plus y, function of two variable. F equal to x square plus y square. So what is the EJ surf? Again, surf plot only. It will surf plot and no need to define in the domain. Directly it will give the surface plot, and we have color. We can use if you want color map tool or something. So it will, let us see what you're getting. Yes, can you see that? Can you see this? Yeah, there is no U actually. Now let us see. Yes, can you see this? Now EJ surf, I have just defined that function, surface equation. No x limit, no y limit, nothing. Just you define the surface surface equation. Fine. So this is your EJ surf. So EJ plot and EJ surf is the similar command. We are not using the X domain and Y domain. Fine. Okay. So this was the basic. I think this video gone very long, so I'll stop here only. Thank you. Thank you for watching my video, and don't forget to subscribe my channel. If you subscribe, you'll get update about my upcoming videos. Fine. Okay. Thank you.